Look at that. How beautiful that is. That's a true bruschetta Italiano. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Burger and Beer Bar. Today, we're going to La Bella Italia, beautiful Italy. And we're going to make the most gorgeous dish called bruschetta. Mwah! Andiamo! Okay, guys, so we're in Italy and we're going to do the bruschetta. And the story goes that I was out traveling in Europe with Lisa, with Helene and Jeff. And I was 16 or 17 or something like that. And we got into Rimini and it was jam-packed. There was some conference or something going on and there was not one hotel room to be found. So I said, I got to find something. So you guys wait here and I'll go out and look. And I was roaming around in Rimini trying to find a hotel room, and it was jam-packed everywhere. And all of a sudden, a guy comes up to me and he says, Los Angeles. And I said, yeah. And he said, I love Los Angeles. You live in Los Angeles? And I said, yes, I do. And I had a T-shirt on that says Los Angeles Beach or something like that. And I said, I'd love to talk to you, but I really need to find a hotel room. So, and he said, no problem. You coming with me. I'll help you. Huh? And so I said, oh, all right. So I tagged along and he had a big frizzy hair. And so he walked in back alleys and I thought, wow, if something happens here, he might mug me or something. I'll just be able to bolt like within a second. And then we came out to this big square, this big piazza. And he walked across into this big fancy hotel. I said, hey, it's too expensive. Can't stay here. He says, come in with me. So I followed him in and he walked behind the counter and he says, okay, how many rooms do you want? 1, 2? And I said, you're crazy. No problem. And it was his dad who owned the hotel. And his name was Enzo and we became great friends and got some great rooms there at amazing rates. So anyway, we were out and we went to a Peter Tosh concert at the big stadium, got home at night and went into the kitchen of the hotel and Enzo made bruschetta. So now we're going to recreate Enzo's bruschetta from Rimini, Italia. D'accordo? Va bene. Okay, let's go. Okay, so before we start going through the ingredients, I just want to go through the pronunciation of the dish. Italians say, of course, bruschetta. If you live in Anglo-Saxon countries or other countries, the most common way of pronouncing it is bruschetta. And it doesn't matter how you pronounce it. The flavors and the way you prepare it is the most important thing. So let's go through the stuff that we need for making bruschetta. Okay, the ingredients we need to make bruschetta or bruschetta are the following. You need some really good bread, and here we got some beautiful bread here today. Then we need EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. And that's what we got here. Then we need obviously salt and pepper. And we need some beautiful, beautiful tomatoes. I have 2 different types of tomatoes here. I have just regular tomatoes on a branch and I have cherry tomatoes. You can do them in 2 different ways. Today we're going to use the cherry tomatoes for the bruschetta. And fresh basil, of course. Love the fresh basil. And today we're also going to use mozzarella with the dish. And last but not least, we need garlic. Who could live without garlic? But in this dish, it's so important with the garlic. And that's what we need. Okay, so now I've taken the baguettes and I'll actually cut them in half. And you can make them smaller if you want to. If you want more like an appetizer, amuse-bouche bit, but I like to make them a little bit bigger, and then I can actually cut them in half or in threes if I want to. But now we're going to toast them first. So I put the oven on broil and high, and so let's toast them and make them really crispy and crunchy. All right. Okay, here we go. So let's get them into the oven. Place them fairly high in the oven. See, it's on broil and high. So now we're just going to toast them for about a couple of minutes. You got to watch them though, but you want them to get golden brown and nice and toasty. All right. Oh, look at that. Oh, they've been in just for a couple of minutes. Oh, look at that color. Absolutely beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Wow. So toasty. Okay, so now the toast is done. What we need to do now, we need to get 1 clove of garlic, and we're going to rub that on the surface of the toast to just infuse it with garlic. Look at that. Here we're going to go. Listen to this. You just rub it like that. You rub the garlic. So you get a pan, you put the tomatoes, basil, and garlic in, and EVOO. About a couple of tablespoons in there. Look at that. And a little bit of salt as well. Look at that. Now the tomatoes been on in the pan for about 5 to 6 minutes. I've turned them around once and look at them. They're getting all soft and all that garlic, EVOO, and basil is just getting into the tomatoes. Look at that. So beautiful. Give it a few more minutes to soften them up a little bit more. And they get warm as well. So, wow. Look at that. So beautiful. I take the mozzarella and I mush it like this. Now the oil and the basil and the garlic from the pan, I'm gently pouring it out on top of the bread where I want it. Look at that. That's going to soak into the bread. All that garlic, olive oil, basil that's been cooking in the tomatoes. Look at that. Beautiful. Then I will take the mozzarella and apply on top. Look at that. Look at that color. Then I take just a little pinch of salt and put on top. And what I'm using today is Himalayan pink salt. But you can use any type of salt. Sea salt or anything. I take leaves of basil and apply on top. I put them right there. And then I get the tomatoes. Look at that. And now we're going to plate it. Okay, so last thing we need now is balsamic vinegar. And I use balsamic vinegar crema, the creamy one. So we're just going to apply that because it tastes so beautiful. It brings out so many different flavors. Okay, look at that. So I plated that. And now we're just going to put the balsamic vinegar crema on. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. How beautiful that is. That's a true bruschetta Italiano. Okay, guys, we plated it. It's there, ready to eat. And now we're going to do the taste test of the bruschetta, of Enzo's bruschetta from Rimini, Italia. Okay, let's go. Here we go. That's a big bite. Get a mustache on here. Wow. So good. Oh, get the fresh cherry tomatoes, the garlic, the basil, the mozzarella, the EVOO, all together. Wow, it's delicious. I need another bite. I definitely need another bite. Wow. That is so good. Wow. That is delicious. Oh, the basil with the garlic and the tomatoes, the cherry tomato. I love cherry tomatoes. They are so good, especially when you do them. You can do them in the oven as well. I love doing them in the pan like that with the EVOO and the garlic and the basil. Oh, it's heavenly. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for today. And please drop your thoughts and comments down below. And don't forget to put your post notifications on so you don't miss out on anything. And I hope to see you soon. Mwah.